If you look up Antarctica, you'll notice on the left side you'll have the lamb, and then on the right side you'll see the lion, just as a foundation of the world being trampled on underfoot. And for how long? But if you move that as north, where it's on top, you'll see a figure where Mexico's actually is his head, and this would be like his eye right there, the dark spot. And then that would be his right hand, is Florida. And then he'd be kneeling right here with his foot, and the other one where his leg is going back to here. And you'd notice if you look at the four corners, there's a huge vampire head from New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, where the Valley of the Sun right here is actually the shadow of death. So Psalms 23, and you flip it upside down, you'll see a bird. So this would be like the chest, and this would be the bird's head. And if you look at Yellowstone, it's actually the eye of the bird. It has like a toucan beak. But you have, when the head crashes, like Tidal Basin, this is when the eagle flies. And if you look over on the west coast, you'll notice a man's face with his right arm coming down to the Baja keyhole, putting in the key. And then his left hand is actually seen going right, dropping off basically the head. So the left hand throws the head and the right hand puts the key in. But when you take this head and you flip it around, where's it at? There it is. See the face where it has like a big ear, and it's got black hair, and it's got like bat wings. It's basically just a head with wings right here. These would be the wings, and this would be the head, like the two eyes. You have to zoom out just to see it right. But the face actually turns into a head with bat wings that's doing this. But going back to what I was talking about, when you flip it this way with south is north, where the lamb is actually on top, you'll notice a huge snake head as the east coast, where, I don't know if you can see it, but it's North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. It's big, huge serpent's head. It's all these states. And the bottom jaw would be like West Virginia. And it actually curls around his arm. And Metallica actually had an album where they show this, where a man's actually fighting a serpent, and they have it underneath the Royal Arch. But there was a dog right here I wanted to point out, and I can't seem to find it right now. I don't know if the land's changed or just the pictures. I have to probably go back to a later date and time to show you this. But there was a dog right here, and as we're having these floodings right now, they're going after everyone in the right hand. So everyone right here is going to have this flooding going. And just like you have Hollywood behind the figure, get behind me, Satan, with all their symbolism, it's just all mockery. Everything is. There's a face right here also. If you look at this, would be the nose. And this would be where the mouth should be, but there's no mouth. And this is where it's spitting water at the east coast. And if you look right here, there's actually a frog. See how the Bahamas looks like a huge frog? David Copperfield owns these islands, and it's actually called Mushikai. It's the most expensive place you can go in the world, but just like the symbolism of spitting out the frogs and all the unclean spirits, people don't really notice. And then right here you have the Dome of the Rock, where you have a 21, and you have this bird that's about to fly away. See, the Gulf of Mexico looks like it's two wings, or a dove apiece, like the chest, and it's facing towards Florida, just like to pass over this head. And the thing about it shows 21. So just like April 19 is really a second month and the 19th day, they've changed everything by 2, where it shows 23. but it's really 21. So when they had the Deepwater Horizon, that's actually my name, Jason Anderson, and they killed him. But just like Supercross, Jason Anderson's also number 21, and he would always have a red number tag on the front of his bike because he did most of his races in first place. But everything there's a design to, without going too much detail. Have a good day.